recording. Yeah, good evening everyone and welcome to Compensation and Benefits Management online classes. This is Dr. Mahesh M. Wanjeri, Assistant Professor from Department of Management Studies, SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad. Okay. So dear students, we are meeting after a short break after the festival. So I'd like to recall you that we were discussing Unit 3, Chapter number 9, Pay for Performance. Okay, so which is part of the third policy choice in the pay model, employee contributions. Okay, so we have learned that okay, all the employees in the organization do not contribute equally towards the organization's goals. Hence, okay, a company designs a structure, okay, in a way to pay different compensation for different jobs. They also measure the individual performance and accordingly the compensation is paid. To discriminate between the performers and non-performers, definitely a component of okay, incentives are maintained in the compensation structure. So the one who performs better is entitled for the incentive, hence his or her total compensation will be more than the employees whose contribution was lower. Okay, so in this regard, okay, so we are learning chapter number 9, pay for performance. So let me share the screen with you. Yeah. So students, can you see the PowerPoint slides?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So we are into chapter number 9, but remember there are two chapters for employee contributions. So in chapter number 9, we are learning about determining individual pay or pay for performance dividends. So I hope I gave you the background. Now let me quickly take you through okay, a small recap of what we had discussed in the previous two sessions. Yeah, so let me go through the contents. So what behaviors do employers care about? So behavior, when I say, please okay, try to recall that employers expect certain behavior from their employees. What kind of behavior employers expect? Hard work, honesty, discipline, competency, punctuality, and so on. So this kind of a behavior is required to perform in the organization. And definitely what motivates an employee to behave in a particular way? Okay, one of the major component is compensation. Though compensation alone cannot motivate, we have learned it in the previous chapter, but definitely compensation is one of the major factors that can influence employee behavior or motivate employee behavior. So before we go ahead with that, we have started discussing what behaviors do employers care about. Okay, so in that regard, we have learned okay, the cascading link between organization strategy and employee behavior. So we have learned that compensation alone cannot motivate employees to behave in a certain way. Other factors like ability, environment, okay, also contribute towards motivation of the employees. Then further, we also learned that behaviors that compensation needs to reinforce. Okay, so when a compensation structure is designed, that compensation is designed okay to reinforce certain behavior in the among the employees. So what are they that we have discussed? And then performance measurement we have learned. Okay, then performance measurement relates to compensation strategy, how we have discussed. Then see, these are the four critical factors okay for the performance of any organization. So always remember that an organization does not function on its own or perform on its own. It is the employees of the organization who perform or who fail. Okay. So when we say that a company like Walmart, for example, world's number one company, is performing, or Amazon.com, for example, is performing. So, okay, it's not that organization is performing, it is the employees of the organization are performing. Okay. So always remember this. Okay, if you start a business, and if you have to hire employees, these are the questions you should never forget. Okay, be it a restaurant, be it a retail store, okay, or be it anything, manufacturing unit. Remember, if where you have to hire employees, these are the questions you should ask yourself. Okay, if you get the right answer right on these 4 points, yes, definitely your organization or business will perform. How do we get good employment prospects to join our company? Okay, definitely a good work environment, a good compensation, and a good organization structure. How do we retain these good employees once they join? Okay, provide them opportunities to perform, provide reward their performance adequately, right? Appreciate their performance. And how do we get employees to develop skills for current and future jobs? Okay, so employees who are performing well, okay, definitely you cannot leave them at that point in time. You need to develop their skills further, adapt to the changing or dynamic environment. Then how do we get employees? We means employers. How do we get employees to perform well on their current job? Okay, so you need to provide measures to balance their work life so that their personal life does not affect on their performance in the organizations and so on. Always remember this. Okay, then second topic, after discussing what behaviors employers expect from their employees, what motivates employees? Okay, so we have learned 3 points: what is important to a person, offering it in exchange for some, and desired behavior. Okay, so in relation to that, we are learning certain motivation theories. So the theory, the essential features of the theory, and the predictions about performance based pay and the impact. Okay, so in this way the theories are analyzed. So we have discussed the first theory, Maslow's need hierarchy. So always students remember the application. Okay, understanding the features of the theory, equally their implications or impact on the company strategy or how it is applied in an organization is equally important. So now we will move to the second theory, Herzberg's two-factor theory of motivation. Okay, the essential features of the theory are employees are motivated by two types of motivators or two set of factors, hygiene factors and satisfiers. Hygiene or maintenance, hygiene or maintenance factors, they are also referred to as, in their absence prevent behaviors, but in their presence cannot motivate performance. Okay, so these are more like the basic things that are required. Okay, their absence, okay, definitely prevent behavior, but their presence cannot motivate performance. They are related to basic living needs, security and fair treatment. Okay, see, this is a minimum expected thing, okay, for an employee to work in an organization. Okay, the compensation should be adequate to take care of the basic living needs, job security, and fair treatment to all employees by the employer. Okay, so if these things are not found in any organization, the employees will simply be neutral. Okay, they will not behave at all, they will not put their best effort to work. And definitely the attrition or okay, attrition will be very high in such an organization. Satisfiers, the second set of factors such as recognition, promotion, and achievement motivate performance. Okay, so an employer need to understand that the employer need to maintain hygiene factors as well as the satisfiers in the organization to motivate employees. So what are the predictions about performance based pay? So since we are learning pay for performance, base pay. Okay, so by applying this theory, what decisions an organization can take with respect to compensation? Base pay must be set high enough to provide individuals with the economic means to meet hygiene needs, but it cannot motivate performance. See, as long as the compensation is adequate enough to satisfy the basic needs like food, clothing, and shelter, Okay, so the employees will stay, but that definitely cannot motivate an employee. Performance is obtained through rewards like payments in excess of that required to meet basic needs. Okay, so base pay plus bonus, for example, employee stock options, for example, allowances, for example, can motivate, promotion, for example, can motivate the employees. Then performance based pay is a motivating to the extent it is connected with meeting employees needs for recognition, pleasure attainment and achievement and the like. Just for namesake, if any increment is given or promotion is given without any increase in salary, such a promotion will not motivate any employee. Then other factors such as interpersonal atmosphere, responsibility, type of work, and the working conditions influence the efficacy of performance-based pay. So we have already learned in the previous slide that compensation alone cannot do it. Compensation alone cannot motivate employees. Along with that, okay, it is recommended that interpersonal atmosphere or the environment, you can call it, responsibility, type of work, and working conditions influence the efficacy of performance-based pay. So only when such conditions are maintained, only then the performance-based pay works and motivates employees. So what? Pay level is important, must meet minimum requirements before performance based pay. See, and many other employers don't even think about this, care about this part. Okay, so they end up hiring not so good employees or below average employees, and the performance of such organization never can go up. And these employers keep bothering, okay, why my organization is not performing? I really wonder how they forget, okay, that the performance depends on the motivation of their employees, and the motivation level of their employees depends upon compensation, environment, and other such factors. Security plans will induce minimum but not extra performance. So we're talking about pay protection. Success sharing plans will be motivating, like bonus or employee stock options. At risk plans will be demotivating. Okay. So other conditions in the working relationship influence the effectiveness of performance based pay. So in this way, using these theories of motivation, okay, employers design their compensation. Okay, now we are in the context of performance based pay. Okay, so after this, we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so what compensation people say? Compensation people means those employees who are responsible for designing the compensation strategy. Okay, so I repeat, compensation people means the people who are responsible for designing compensation strategy of an organization. Employees learned what behaviors were important as part of the socialization process. Compensation is designed to support this risk-taking behavior. Okay, so what compensation people say or from their experience is that they say employees have learned what behaviors were important as part of the socialization process. So employees work in coordination and cooperation with each other with other employees in the organization. So while working in this social way, so what kind of behavior is expected that employees are aware. So compensation is designed to support this kind of a risk-taking behavior. So compensation is always designed. So it means that employees are very well aware what kind of behavior is expected from the employers. So compensation is designed to support or motivate the employees to exhibit this kind of a behavior. Okay. The total reward system, that the compensation is but one of many rewards that influence employee behavior, which we have already learned. Okay, so in this regard, in this context, we are going to learn the components of a total reward system. That compensation alone cannot motivate employees, or compensation alone cannot influence an employee to behave in a certain way. So what are the components of a total reward system? Okay, so other than monetary, there are a lot of non-monetary factors or components which we are going to learn. And all these components put together motivate employees. So those organizations who are performing extremely well, okay, like Walmart, Amazon, okay, or for that matter, Microsoft, IBM, okay, such companies, okay, they take care of most of these factors, and they have taken right decisions with respect to most of these factors. I don't say all, but most of these factors, the company, such companies have taken, okay, most of the right decisions. Okay, so that is the reason why their organization is performing very well. The first one definitely is compensation, and it includes wages, commissions, and bonuses. Second component, benefits, vacations, health insurance, education, and so on. Third component, social interaction, friendly workplace. Okay, so dear students, many times I have interacted with students and employees. Okay, they say everything is good. Okay, but the workplace is not so friendly. Okay, people do not talk to each other. They don't care for each other. Okay, yeah, friendly does not mean like in a college, okay, or in neighborhood, but definitely some good behavior, some social interaction is required, okay, among the employees to feel good. Okay, so imagine an employee, okay, even in a college like me, college like this, okay, so I come to college, I don't speak to anybody, I go to class, okay, deliver lecture, come back to my class, I come back to my cabin again, okay, same way, and without talking to anybody, if I leave the college by the end of the day, okay, so what will happen? I hope you can understand. I feel, okay, you can understand that. So a kind of friendly environment is required in the workplace. Security, okay, stable consistent position and rewards. So the procedure should be aligned accordingly to provide security. Status or recognition, so employees should be respected. Prominence, okay, due to work, and the prominence should be given due to work they do. Work variety, opportunity to experience different things. See, in every on every job it may not be possible, okay, but definitely one simple example what I can give is in a bank branch. If you go, so the employees in the bank branch are regularly rotated on all the jobs, okay, like from one, for a certain period they may become teller, okay, that is who receive cash and pay cash, right? And somebody will be there in the operations, somebody will be there in the loan section, somebody will be there in the insurance, okay, so the jobs keep on rotating, okay. There we can say the variety of work exists, okay, it keeps them okay, makes the job more interesting and exciting. Okay, but again, in all the jobs, opportunity to experience different things, how the organization can provide different experiences other than the regular jobs. Workload, right amount of work, yes. Okay, if I tell you how much salt to put in food, neither less nor more. Okay, I hope those who cook or those who eat at least, okay, you understand. If there is no salt or less salt, okay, it doesn't taste good, food doesn't taste good. And if there is too much salt, we simply cannot eat it. So the salt should be just balanced. Same way the workload should be balanced. Right amount of work should be provided to the employee, not too much, not too little. Work importance, is work valued by society? Okay, so definitely if there are important jobs, they make feel the employees feel very good, and that feel good factor motivates the employees. Authority or control or autonomy given to employees, ability to influence others, control own destiny. Okay, so how one can perform in the organization and grow along the career path or career ladder in the organization, okay, is called as control own destiny. That again, definitely, if one employee, if the employees are very well aware that, okay, they can perform, if they perform really very well on the parameters, okay, or criteria set by the organization, they can achieve their promotions and grow up the career ladder in the organization. Okay, their status as well as their compensation will go on increasing. So if such an authority, control, or autonomy is given to employees, definitely they feel motivated. Then advancement, chance to get ahead or promotions. Feedback, receive information helping to improve performance. See, the employer must regularly take feedback on the employees. Okay, not with an intention to, okay, pull the legs of employees or to irritate the employees, but to provide, okay, information on those areas, okay, where the employee can do well, do better, or perform better, or improve his performance. And work conditions, they should be hazard free, the employee should feel safe. Development opportunity, formal and informal training to learn new knowledge, skills, and abilities. Oh my god. So definitely, if you look at all the components of a total reward system, okay, so how many companies are actually following this? But definitely I must say the world's high performing organizations, okay, have these components in their total reward system. That is the reason why their organizations have been consistently performing very high. So I suggest you to browse the websites of at least Fortune 10 companies or Fortune 20 companies. Okay, go to the career option in the website, okay, and see what they do for their employees. At least one company, okay, per student, at least one company per student, according to your USN number, in the order of your USN number. So you can go for the whatever is the number, okay, earlier number in the USN in HR. You can go for the Fortune number one company, that is Walmart. Go to career options in the website of Walmart. But remember, browse the website, official global website of the company. Country wise websites will be different and information may slightly vary. So when you visit the website, visit the global official website of the company, like Walmart global official website. Okay, so it is based in America. Okay, so same way, and then next USN number student should go for Fortune number 2 company website. Click on the careers. Okay, whatever information is provided there, just read it out. If you can recall, I showed you the career option, career page on Lockheed Martin company website and a Medtronic company website, as well as a Whole Food Market Incorporation websites. So that way you read. Okay, you will have a better understanding, better knowledge. Okay. Yeah, wage components. Okay, so these are components of a total reward system. Okay, monetary as well as non-monetary. The next exhibit is about wage components. So these are only monetary, we are talking monetary components. Okay, so like I'm not going through all this definition because we have already learned what is the base pay, what is, okay, cost of living increase, what is merit pay, okay, what is the individual incentive, success sharing plans, nothing but bonus, okay, performance based bonus. Okay, so we have gone through this. I'll only go through level of risk to employee. I think this also we have gone through, but here once again, like what we are focusing through, what motivates employees, a total reward system. Okay, so we just learned about the components of a total reward system. All these components put together motivate an employee. So these are monetary as well as non-monetary. In the next exhibit, that is exhibit 9.6, which is a continuation of the previous, we only learn about the wage components. That is the monetary components. Okay, that is base pay, across the board, cost of living increase, merit pay, lump sum bonus, excuse me, individual incentive, and success sharing plans. Okay, something new is across the board. Wage increase granted to all employees regardless of performance is called as across the board. Annual increment you can call it. We already know what is the base pay. Cost of living increase. Okay, salaries increased along with the increase in cost of living. Merit pay based on the in performance of the organization. So wage increase granted to employees as function of some assessment of employee performance, right? Lump sum bonus as with the merit pay granted for individual performance. Okay, it does not add into base pay. An individual incentive. Sometimes this variable pay is an add-on to a fixed base pay based on individual performance. And success sharing plans, a generic category of pay add-on which is tied to some measure of group performance, not individual performance. Okay, like company profits, for example. Okay, then what is the level of risk to employee? Base pay. As long as employment continues, this is the secure portion of wages. Some risk, okay, because so this is the highest motivating component among the wages. Irrespective of the performance of the employee, he will be entitled to receive this base pay. Across the board, okay, that is some form of individual performance pay, some risk to employees since at a discretion of employer, but okay, but not tied to performance of differences, so risk lower in that respect. So this entire exhibit, what it tries to say is which components, okay, of the wages motivate the employees more compared to the other components, and which components of the wages, okay, can discourage the employee or demotivate the employee. Okay, so cost of living definitely, okay, it does not affect much because it is on board, everybody gets the same. Then merit pay, two types of risk faced by employees: size of the total merit pool at discretion of employer, and individual portion of pool depends on performance, which also is not totally predictable. So merit pay can be of two types: group merit pay and individual merit pay. Okay, so since the performance is not assured, okay, so if employee feels risk of losing out the merit pay if not performed. So this way, the employer need to take care of the different components of the wages and design the compensation and the total compensation, then the proportion of base pay across the board, cost of living, merit pay, lump sum bonus, individual incentive, and success sharing plans in such a proportion that in total the compensation, okay, motivates employees of the organization. Okay, so okay, so I think this will take more time, so I will stop here. This is a continuation of the exhibit 9.6, wage components continued. So I would prefer to continue from here in the next class, because if I continue with this, I will not be able to take attendance. So let me take attendance first, and in the remaining time, I'll address your questions if any. Okay, so I'll stop sharing. Okay. Okay, your attendance now. Aishwarya is present.
Present, sir.
Yeah. Akshay Kulkarni.
Present, sir.
Present. Yes. Ankita is present. Apeksha is present.
Present, sir.
Yeah. Arpita is present. Ashutosh Kulkarni is present. Ashwini.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, present. Then Geeta is present. Geetanjali.
Present, sir.
Yes. Meghna Kalburgi is present. Okay. Meghna Lokhande is present. Then Nagaratna. Nagaratna is present or absent? Okay, Nagaratna absent. Then Navya present?
Present, sir.
Yes. Nidhi.
Yes, sir.
Nikita. Nikita is absent. Pooja. Okay, Pooja absent. Pranjali. Pranjali is also absent. Prema, yeah,
Present, sir.
yeah, present. Priya, what about Priya? Absent. Then Varsha, Varsha is present or absent? Yeah, Shitoshi is present. Okay, Varsha is absent.
She's absent, sir.
Yes, thank you. Then Samuel. Okay, looks like absent today. Then Sharan is present. Okay. Sharayu present.
Yes.
Sir, Sharan also present.
Who? Sharan also present. Shilpa present.
Yes, sir.
Shreya. Shreya absent.
Sharai also present, sir.
Yeah, Sharayu present. Then Srinidhi is present.
Present, sir.
Yes. Shweta Kokne. No. Absent. Then Snehal is present. Suchitra.
Present, sir.
Suchitra present. Okay. Then Maruf is present. Vaishnavi present.
Present, sir.
Yeah. Nishad is also present. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have just less than a minute left. Okay. See, students, you do not ask questions or you do not gather information to discuss in the class. Okay. So which defeats the interaction in the class. One of the objective of the classroom session is interaction, discussion. Okay, but if a teacher alone cannot bring information and communicate to the students and shut it down. Okay, interaction is two-way. So try to ask questions at least so that the interaction can be triggered. So if you have any doubts, please ask in the next class. Okay, so I wish you all a pleasant evening. Okay, take care. I'll see you in next class.
Thank you, sir. Same to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank
You
you,
are.
sir. Sir,
You
Ashutosh
are
was present.
Ashutosh is present. Yes, you are welcome.